What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or welcome if it's your first time here. Well, guys, things are definitely starting to get interesting, and it's going to get really, really bad in my opinion, but that is why we've been prepping, and that's why we continue to prep, and you need to be prepping like never before, because things are coming towards us really, really quickly now. Things are definitely speeding up. It all started, with the pandemic and the shutdowns. Now, we've passed that point, and now we're at the stage of World War III, and even more shortages, even more severe shortages. We're going to see those coming very, very shortly. In fact, we're already seeing the prices increasing, and this whole thing with Russia and Ukraine, it's really a convenient excuse for the powers that be to blame everything on. The dollar collapse, the inflation, the gas prices, the everything is going to be blamed on Russia. It's Russia and Ukraine. They'll even know it was going to happen anyway. This is just a convenient scapegoat to push to point blame towards Russia and Putin, and to build that anger towards Russia and Putin when it's going to happen anyway. But they're going to use it to build the anger to ferment conflict with Russia and most likely World War III at some point in the near future. But we're going to face a lot of these empty shelves, a lot of these food prices going sky high, and actually I would say a lot of famine depending on where you are in the world and what you've actually done to provide for yourself and for your family. Like I've talked about before, and we all know this since we're preppers, like I said, food storage is extremely important. And being self-reliant is extremely important. Do everything you can right now to put back as much food as you possibly can. Go out and buy fertilizer if you can find that. Put that back. Get your garden areas ready for planting. Get seeds to plant. Everything you can do right now for self-reliance is a huge plus. If you don't have a firearm, get a good shotgun. A good 12-gauge shotgun can be one of the single-shot break-open shotguns for hunting small game. It can be a pump shotgun for hunting small game and self-defense. Get a good 22 rifle. Both good for hunting and putting meat on the table, which is going to be extremely important in feeding yourself because, like I said, things are beginning to get really serious now. Most people still don't see it. Most people still have their head in the sand and think everything's going to be okay, but they're going to blame Russia for everything, even though what was going to happen was already going to happen. They just give like I said, a convenient excuse for the powers that be to say it's Russia's fault. It's not our fault. Hate Putin, hate Russia. We are doing everything we can possibly do. It's their fault. When in reality, it's already happening anyway. It all started during this pandemic that we experienced for the last couple of years. This article here from Zero Hedge, food crisis imminent. Hungary bans all grain exports effective immediately. Those who have it are no longer giving it away, and those that don't will soon find themselves in the middle of an epic food crisis. And guys, you need to prep as much as you possibly can right now, because over the next 2 or 3 months, you're going to see things go downhill really quickly and really severely. Just hours after we reported that Russia effectively banned exports of fertilizers, moments ago, Hungary, one of Europe's most grain-rich nations, has circled the wagons and, realizing which way the wind is blowing, just announced that it will be banning all grain exports effective immediately in a statement. Expect wheat prices already at record highs to promptly double from here in the next few weeks as the world realizes the extent of the global food crisis that is coming. Our suggestion: buy flour, rice, barley, and any other grains you can now rather than waiting 1 month to buy them because you have to. We are facing an Arab Spring-style food crisis and potential uprising in the coming weeks unless the Ukraine conflict is resolved. And unfortunately, we now confidently predict that the coming food crisis will strike every country that is using food fertilizer, which it is, because moments ago Russia Interfax reported that as part of Moscow's counter sanctions, Russia has recommended fertilizer makers to halt exports, a move which will send not only fertilizer prices orbitally higher, but also food prices will soon follow. Russia recommends fertilizer makers to halt exports. Russian ministry cites logistics issues on fertilizers. Worse still, natural gas is required in the manufacturing process for most nitrogen fertilizer products. So the recent surge in European natural gas prices to record highs will only exacerbate the cost of fertilizer from any halt from Russia. And the United States imports just about everything. So our fertilizer prices, if you can find fertilizer, is going to go up. So the farmers that grows the crops will have to pay more for fertilizer, will have to pay more for diesel to run those machines. Everything's going to go up in price if you can find it. So it's going to be extremely difficult to actually live, guys, and to provide, the food that you actually need to stay alive. Inflation is imposing real hardships on everyday Americans. $10 toothpaste and $4 gasoline. Another good article here, guys, talks about the inflation that's coming, and it is definitely coming. It's been slow. Now it's going to speed up and take bigger jumps. We've been seeing, the inflation jumps be a few cents every few days on a lot of products. However, now, when we set that inflation, instead of those little small increments, it's going to go pow, pow, pow. Those big inflation spikes. You'll go one day and pick up toothpaste, for example. You'll go back next week, and that is tripled or quadrupled in price. It's going to get bad, guys. I hope you've been prepping. Hope you've been listening. If you started prepping 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, you've been in a lot better shape than we are now. I've been prepping for years, so I'm in pretty good shape right now. And I'm not really worried a whole lot about what's happening. However, a lot of people are new to this channel. A lot of people are new to prepping and haven't really done anything. And a lot of people, unfortunately, the vast majority of people, don't have a clue of how bad things are going to actually get. They are still had their head in the sand. They're still worried about, some celebrity or something like that because they have no clue about what's coming, unfortunately. And those people are going to be dangerous. When things get really bad, they're going to be dangerous. They're going to be trying to steal everything they can get their hands on to steal to live. They're going to try to find stuff that they can steal to sell. I mean, it's going to be a lot of crime, a lot of property crime, home invasions. It's going to get bad, guys. It really is. So prep like you've never prepped before. Pray and get ready, guys, because this is it. If you find the video useful, give it a big thumbs up. Really appreciate it. Thanks, guys, for watching. And to create more out of here, and I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully.